So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Piyush Seval and I am working as an assistant professor in the Shulan University, which is situated in the Himachal Pradesh, hilly area. And the topic for today is the AI tools for the research, right? So I will share some of the tools which are important for you from the research point of view. And in the meantime, I would be also happy if you ask your question and ask your query, and I will be happy to share my insight and experience to resolve those queries, right? So the first tool is the chat gpt. So when I share this tool with the student as an AI tool for the research, most of the students suggest that we already know this tool and there is nothing new about this tool. Yes, it is true, the tool is not new and it is almost 2.5 years since this tool has been launched. The only thing is that how we can utilize this tool for the research purpose, right? Now when we talk about the research, particularly in the research writing process, so all the members, those who have joined here, they must have here that whenever we talk about the research and whenever we are in the process to write something, right? So in that time we can write two types of the manuscript. We can write either for the, you can say, for the journals, and we can also write the papers for the conference purpose, right? So whenever we write the paper, there are a few sections, although they may be some specific related to the journal and related to the field, but most of the times few of the section of the manuscript are the same. For example, we start with the title and then the affiliations of the author, then the abstract, then the keywords. After that, the introduction section, the related work section, methodology, experimentation, result and analysis, then the conclusion, followed by the references. So these are few of the sections which are mandatory in almost all the newspaper, all the research paper. Now the question is that how we can utilize chat gpt in that manuscript, right? So there is, you must have here about the prompt. So there are few prompts which are very useful according to the requirement of the research, right? So let me tell you that how we can utilize it. So all the participants, those who have joined this, if you have specific problem related to the research paper writing, you can please write down, right? Then I will specifically answer. Yes. So I have enabled the chat. Okay. Skill gap is one issue. Yes. Any other issue if you are facing in the research paper writing? Yes. Any other? Okay. So let me tell you one thing. For example, if you have write a research paper, right? And after, yes, knowledge gap, they have told, they have asked the second concern, the knowledge gap. So let me tell you, if reliability using chat gpt, yes, review of literature, that's what I want to know, right? For example, you want to review the research paper and you are not able to do it, and for that you need the help of AI tools. So let me tell you, just hold on. Hello, I'm not audible, but actually members are responding to me. So okay, thank you. Okay. Section of literature review. So for the literature review, there are many of the platforms which you can utilize, right? So as you can see on your screen, if you are able to see, I have written a tool there, SCI space. So if you are able to see my screen, okay, we can hear. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So ma'am, if my screen is visible to you, I have show you one tool, that is the SCI space. And this SCI space, which is also formally known as the type test, it can be used for the literature review. So let me show you the live demo. SCI space. So what we can done, I will simply go to the Google and I will type SCI space there, right? So when I click here, continue. Now any of the participants, do you have, please, sir, please put your PPT on a slideshow. Okay, I will definitely do that. But most of the part I will cover through practical session, and I will try to minimize the use of PPT as less as possible. So for example, I'm researching in computer science domain, right? And I want to search for the AI, artificial intelligence, and I want to utilize the AI for the healthcare. So I will simply write AI for healthcare, right? Then, so I have just give a title here, AI for the healthcare. And initially, yes, it will show me the answer from the top 5 papers. So as you can see here, AI is significantly transforming healthcare by enhancing diagnostic accuracy, personalizing treatment, and everything, right? Then it gives me the content on diagnostic accuracy, then personalized treatment, right? Then for the drug discovery and all these things. Now, there is one participant who told me that they are not able to find the topic. So, first of all, you will get a general idea from the top 5 papers from the here. So, when I click on the 5 papers, right, again, there are few other sections also which I want to know that what are the important papers related to this particular topic, like for AI for healthcare. So, it gives me 10 papers. The first paper is Intelligent System for Healthcare Diagnostic and Treatment. The second paper, Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare. The third paper, Artificial Intelligence in Healthcare, a review. Fourth paper, fifth paper, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So all those participants who are doing their research, if they are agree with me, the first important challenge is to find the papers related to your study. Right. If you are agree with me, you can type yes in the chat box. Right. So before we conduct any research, firstly, we need some papers. We need some good paper which are relevant to our study, and we are not able to find them easily. Right. Either we can go for the like SCI Hub, we can take the help from the Google Scholar, but the main thing is that to find the relevant papers. Right. To solve this issue, we can use this tool, SCI Space. Now, that's not the end. The best part is that you are not only getting the list of the papers as I'm showing you here, the list of 10 papers, but along with that, you can also have some additional content. What is that additional content? Firstly, insights. So if you are able to see on my screen, you're able to see the insights of this paper, insight of the second paper, and so on. Now, for example, along with this, you also want to know what are the methods used in this. So we'll simply click here, methods used. So it will create another column for you that this particular paper is using which method. So methods use is again here. Right. Then, for example, you're also interested to find the results of these papers. So when I click on the result part, right, it will show me the result. Similarly, if you want to check the conclusion, you will get the conclusion from here. Similarly, the contribution. Similarly, the findings. Similarly, the research gap. Similarly, the future research. So you can see that all the insights of those papers, you can find all those insights from here, right? So now tell me, do you think this tool is useful or not? If you get a tool like this which can give you insights of the paper, right, like the research gap, like the literature review and everything, it is useful for you, right? So what you can do, you can simply use this tool, right, and you can get the insights, but I will not recommend you to blindly follow the insights given by this. But yes, you can have a idea that which type of insights are useful for you. The first thing. Similarly, there is another tool. So the first tool is the SCI Space. There is some other tool which is known as Connected Papers. So all the participants who have joined this joined this session, you can also search for this in your laptop's Connected Papers. So when I click here, it will open the website, and this is the interface. Now here again I will search AI for healthcare and I will press enter. Now it will give you a list of the papers which are relevant to this topic, right? Now let us suppose I'm clicking on this explainable AI for healthcare 5.0 opportunities and challenges. For example, I'm interested in this paper. Or let me tell you the second scenario. For example, you have downloaded 30 papers, and among those 30 papers, there is one paper whom you think that it is the best and you can make it as a base paper. So you can also paste the DOI of that particular paper here, right? Or you can also paste the title of that paper here. So I'm randomly picking one paper like this explainable AI. So when I will click here, so you can see the map here, right? All those papers who are connected with that particular paper, you are able to see the graph, right? But that's not the only thing. Just click here, prior works, and it will show you the papers that have covered the same domain prior to this paper, right? For example, this paper have come in 2022 in 2022. Now it will give you the list of all the papers who have covered the same domain but prior to this paper. So you can see the study in 2000 conducted in 2016, 17, 16, 18, 14. So it will give you the prior studies. But the second important thing, this is the citation part. So If I ask you simply that how you can estimate that a paper is good or paper is important or the paper is useful for your study or not, the answer is that by using the citation count. So if you see here, there is a paper who was published in the year 2016 and its citation count is 14,824. What does it mean? It's definitely it is one of the important paper. That's why more than 14,000 people have cited this. So similarly, you can find the list of all the papers which are relevant to this. But that's not the important thing. That's not the only thing. The second thing that you will get, the derived works. Just click here and it will show you all the works who are derived from that particular paper on which you have put in the search box. So you can see the paper. This is from the 2024, 2024, 2024, 2024, along with the citations as well as the graph reference, means how many references are used in these paper from the graph that has been created. Right, then you can again click on the list view. So you can see here, these are the paper, these are the author details, this is the year of publication, these are the number of citations, and these are the number of references that they have added in this. So few of the references you might see zero, but this is not the zero. Actually, there are some paper whose data is not basically available in the public domain, so that's why they have mentioned it zero. Right, now the best thing, similarity to the origin. Right, means that how much these paper are similar to the paper for which you have searched. So it will also give you the similarity index. Right, so second important AI tools to conduct the literature review is the connected papers. Right, so now okay, so let me answer your questions first. So the first question asked by Dr. Ajay Sharma, sir, is this tool is free or paid? So let me tell you, sir, there are many features in this tool. So few of the features are available free of the cost, like you will get all these insights for free of the cost but in the tabular manner. If you want to download this Excel sheet, then you have to pay one thing. Right, secondly, once this content is generated here, if you want to ask any counter questions, again you have to pay for that. So few of the features are available free of the cost and few of the feature are there for which you have to pay. Right, okay, similarly Biresh ji is asking, it does not cover all the insights of the paper. Yes sir, it is very true, but at least it will give you some idea, right, idea regarding the paper. Because if you will generate all the insights of the paper from the scratch, definitely it will take a lot of time. But if we are using this tool, at least we can have the insight like 20-30% of insight in very less time. So it can become a stepping stone, but I will also suggest the same thing, that it will not give you everything, but at least it will give you a idea. SCI space, again Bharti ma'am is asking, SCI is free or no ma'am, it's few of the features are available free of the cost and there are some premium features for which you have to pay. Right, so if you have any other specific questions you can ask. So this is the second tool, which is the connected papers. Right, so it will give you a list of the view along with the year of publication, along with the list of the authors, those who have contributed in the same field and the same field on which you are working. So it can also be useful for you. Right, now there is also another tool which is litmaps. Litmaps, again this is the interface of the litmap, and in this interface you can search by the title, you can search by the author, you can search by the DOI, or using any of the ID which is specific to the paper. Again, let me search the same AI for healthcare. It will give you the list. I will simply click any of the list. So this is the interface of the litmaps. So it will also give you the insight of the literature review. So you can see here, it has also created a graph that which papers are connected with the paper you have searched here, and it will also give you a list like this, right? So I have told you three tools: the SCI space, connected papers, and litmaps. And these tools will help you to find the papers which are relevant to your study, to gain the basic insights for those papers, and to have some basic data like the data of the authors, year of publication, and to collect the papers which are available in the free domain. Right. So all these three tools are helpful for you to conduct the literature. Right. So if you have any specific query till now, you can ask your question in the chat box, right? So till now I have covered three tools which are helpful in the literature review. Yes. If anybody want to ask the question, they can ask. I'm getting some noise. So if you have any question, you can ask even in the chat box. I will also reply there. Now, the next part is, for example, and I think all the researchers who have written the research paper, they have must face this issue. The issue is with the language, right? For example, you have written your manuscript, and inside that manuscript, once you submit that, sometimes we get the review from the reviewers that language is not fine and you need to refine the language and some issue related to the language, right? So although there are different types of tool available in the market which you can utilize to improve the language, but most of the tools are paid. Yes, now we have to find the alternate for that using which tool we can do the same issue, we can refine the same issue of language but without paying anything. So chat gpt can become a solution for that. Okay, so Bireshji is asking which tool is the best one to rely upon comparatively. So Bireshji, I am suggesting that instead of relying on the tools, we can utilize those tools to gain the basic insights. Otherwise, the best solution is to read the paper by ourselves. But yes, if I talk about the reliability, we can use the SCI space, that it will give you the basic insights. After that, if you find that those insights are useful for us, we can further study the research paper, right? And if you want to improve the language of your paper, we can use the chat gpt tool. Let me give you the demo. So for this particular purpose, we can use the chat gpt, and for that we need some prompts. So for example, let me give you a real example. Okay, so in your chat box, I have given you one prompt. Please review the provided content for any English grammatical errors and ensure fluency, right? So all the members who have right now in this conversation, you can copy this prompt. Then you can paste the paragraph for which you want to check the English correction, English language. Right. Okay. So Ziva is asking, is it true that sometimes chat GPT give answer wrong? Yes, it is true. Sure, PPT. Yes, sir. I will definitely share the session. I will definitely share the PPT with you. So yes, it is true that chat GPT can also give the wrong answers. That's why we cannot follow it blindly. But yes, there are some features of the chat GPT which we can leverage for us. And the first is the to ensure the fluency and to remove the grammatical errors. So I have given you one prompt. If you want to check the fluency, as well as if you want to ensure that your manuscript is free from any grammatical mistake, right? Now let me give you the second prompt. It is also similar to that, but with some further guidelines. So I'm pasting it here. So it says, please review the provided content for any English grammatical errors and ensure fluency from my research manuscript of computer science. So in place of computer science, you can type your own field, make necessary corrections, additions, and paraphrasing if needed. What does it mean? So this prompt will not only remove the English grammatical error from your content, but in addition to that, if there is need to rephrase your content, it will also give you the rephrases content there. So there is one other question, sir, can we publish the research paper if we have copy pasted some part of content generated by AI? Sir, it depends upon the journal and the conference from where you want to publish your paper, right? So if there are high quality conferences and high quality journals, definitely they will not allow it. But yes, the important thing is that today, most of the journals and most of the conferences allow the authors to use the chat gpt or similar tools to improve the language. So you can utilize these tools to improve the language. But yes, if you think that we can generate the content from the AI and then we can use this content for the publication purpose, either it is not ethical, as well as they will also catch it, because the tools which are used to check the, you can say, the similarity index, they are also able to catch the AI content, right? So it's better if we write it by ourselves, but yes, we can use the chat gpt to improve the language. So let me give you few other prompts also. Yes, and I think the prompt that I'm giving you now, it is very useful for you, those who are willing to conduct the literature review in systematic manner. Right. Yes. So you can check this prompt. Write a short and to the point paragraph strictly in literature review format that primarily covers following things: problem statement, proposed solution, methodology, result, and specific limitation. Paper content is. Now, what are the inputs that you will provide to this particular prompt? Now, let us suppose you don't want to rely upon the SCI space, or there are some insights that from which you are not agree to, and you want to conduct the literature review by your own. Then what you can do? You can use this prompt. How? Simply write this prompt. After that, Pankaj Mishra ji, good afternoon, sir. Satish Kumar sir, good afternoon. So in this particular prompt, what you can do? Simply paste this prompt, then provide two things. One is abstract, second one is conclusion. So if you simply provide these two paragraphs to this prompt, it will create a paragraph for you, and that paragraph will be exactly in the same format in which a literature review should be there. Right. So actually, whenever we write the literature review, what we want in one paragraph, we simply need problem statement, we need proposed solution, we need methodology and results, and we need specific limitation. So if we will provide the abstract as well as if we provide the conclusion part to this prompt, it will generate a paragraph for you that includes that include all these sections. Right. If this AI tool plagiarism check as well as grammar. Sir, Bharti ma'am, which tool you are asking? If you write the name of that tool, I will be able to answer it correctly, right? So if any one of the members who are using their laptop, simply check this prompt and then provide the abstract part and the conclusion part to this prompt, and you will see it will create a paragraph for you that will cover all the important things that should be present in the literature review. Right. Okay. I kindly request the organizers to provide PPT and video clip link post session. Okay. Now let me share the another prompt with you. Yes, I'm giving you another prompt which I think will be also very useful to you. And there is also one request to all the members who are asking for the PPT. Sir, this PPT is only for the formality. Otherwise, most of the things I will cover, it will be covered in the live session, in the live demonstration. Right. So PPT is just for the formality and everything will be covered live. So just check this prompt. On the basis of given content, create a tabular representation for me that have following column. Column 1, problem statement. Column 2, methodology. Column 3, performance analysis. Column 4, limitation. Then write only specific and to the point content only as a single record for the table. Now, this prompt is useful to you whenever you have your literature review in the form of the paragraphs, but you want to create table from that. Let me give you the live example. So I want to tell you all the members that all the examples that I'm giving you here, I have used these examples in my own research work, even in my own thesis. So these are tested prompts and you can rely upon them. So let me show you the example of this. Yes, thesis. So give me some time. I will show you the live demonstration. Okay, so I hope you are able to see my screen. Yes. So if you can see here, there is a paragraph. In a different study, authors do this. So this is the paragraph of the literature review, right? But instead of this paragraph, I also need the same in a tabular form. So what this prompt do? It will create a table for the same paragraph. It will give me the research problem. It will give me the methodology. It will give me the performance analysis, and it will also give me the limitation. So sometimes in our paper, in addition to the paragraph of the literature review, sometimes we also need the table. So this prompt will serve this purpose, right? So again, it is useful for you, right? Let me give you the another prompt. Control C. Yes. So there are many tools available in the market which summarize your content, right? Summarization means, let us suppose you have a paragraph that contains 30 lines, but due to some reasons, you want that instead of writing those 30 lines, you simply need 10 lines, but you don't want to lose the originality and meaning of that paragraph that contains the 30 lines. So simply what you can do, summarize the given paragraph, right? So suppose chat gpt or any AI tools have generated something for you which is very long, and instead of that you simply need summarized form. So you simply write this, summarize the above paragraph, and it will summarize the paragraph for you. And let me give you one important prompt again. See, yes, just see here. It says, on the basis of given text, write a summarized paragraph for me while maintaining the original sense and meaning of the content. Keep any citations in the text unchanged. Now, let us suppose you have write a paragraph of the literature review in which you have given one reference, and this paragraph is of like 20 or 25 lines, but you want the same paragraph in 10 lines, but you don't want that any meaning or any sense of that paragraph should be changed. In that case, you can use this prompt, right? So it will not only summarize that paragraph for you, it will also maintain the original sense, and it will also not change the citation. What does it mean? So in the citations, for example, if you are using the IEEE format and you have written citation number 7 there, so it will also include 7 there. Now you will ask that you can also write 7 by yourself manually. Then what is its need? So the thing is that it will write the number at that place where it is most important and more relevant to you, right? So that's how this prompt can be used to summarize the content, right? Let me check if there are any important. Yes. Yes. Many of the times, those who are new to the research, they might face this issue. So what happens sometimes? We write the literature review from the papers, and accidentally, or you can say due to any reason, there are few sentences which we write in the same way in which they have written in the original paper, right? And later on, when those papers are checked using the tools like Turnitin, it will give you the plagiarism, and it will write the whole, it will highlight whole the paragraph that your paragraph is it is similar to the original content. Now you want to change the content, but you also don't want that original sense should be changed, right? So in that case, what you can do, you can use this prompt. So just read it. Paraphrase the following text to remove plagiarism while maintaining the original sense and meaning of the content. Keep any citation in the text unchanged. If there are multiple points or example, rearrange their order. What does it mean? For example, if there is a line like AI, artificial intelligence is nowadays using in different sectors like healthcare, transportation, and education. So when you write these three sectors, transportation, education, and healthcare, it is giving you the plague, right? Means it is giving you the plagiarism. Now you want to remove the plagiarism, but you don't want to use the tools like Quillbot, where the few features are free, but few of the features are premium, and for that you have to purchase it. Although Quillbot is very useful, I will share it again. But for example, you don't want to purchase the Quillbot, you want to use the ChatGPT to remove the plagiarism, then you can do this, right? You can simply type this prompt, then give the content. It will rearrange the content, it will modify the content, but it will not change the original sense. And by using this tool, you can also means remove the plagiarism from your content, right? Now, one more thing, for example, and most of the researchers face this issue. Sometimes what happened, you have used the Quillbot, you have used ChatGPT, and you have used some other tools also to remove the plagiarism, but still you are not able to remove it. Then what can you do? And what is the best way using which there are no chances that plague will come? Sir, yes, Garima Arora ma'am, yes. It is definitely show. It will definitely show that it is generated to the AI. But ma'am, when we check our manuscript for the plagiarism, then if we to use the tools like Turnitin or Authenticate, they will also give you if you have generated the content using the AI. So if your content is 100% generated using the AI, definitely it will give you the error. But if You will give your own inputs to the AI systems, like you have given them 5 6 inputs, few lines, few facts, few points, and after that, if it will generate the content, then that AI generated content will not affect your manuscript, right? So instead of using the 100% generated the content, what we can do, we can give the inputs to the AI system, we can give some facts, we can give some raw data, and after that it will give a paragraph that will contain all those points. So in that case, it will be much better, right? Okay, ma'am. If you want to use, so one is Quillbot, although it is used for the paraphrasing, but there is also a tool to check the means the similarity index or the plague. However, the standard tool used by the industry to check the plagiarism is Turnitin. However, it is paid and they are offering, means they are charging a handsome amount. But in most of the institution, I hope that your supervisors and your department must have the subscription. So this is the standard tool, and you can also use the Authenticate. So it can also be used for the purpose of checking the similarity index or the plague part,
Hello.
right?
Hello,
Hello,
sir.
yes. Yes, yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
one thing I want to ask you that we can buy from outside, no targeting. Now that is the rate at least 500 or 600. Those are original. We can use for one time.
Ma'am, can you please repeat your question again? Sorry.
I'm telling you that we can buy from outside. There some people who provide that within 500 or rupees 500 or 600 they provide that targeting link. So we
Ma'am,
can check
actually,
on those.
I have also been trapped in the similar incident when where they are giving me the option to buy the same in very less amount, but most of the times it is fraud and they will be, means they can be closed at any time. So instead of using those, it is better if we can contact our supervisor or we can contact the university from which we are doing the research, and they will provide the access to us, right? But yes, if they are charging, like if you buy the Turnitin and if the original price is like 5,000 and they are charging somewhere like 2,000 or 1,500, then sometimes it can be the original, or because they used it in the shared manner. But like if they are if the original price is like 500 and if they are offering it in less than 500 rupees, then there are chances that it can be fraud or it can be closed anytime, because whenever we purchase Turnitin, there are limitation of the documents, that how many documents we can check for the plagiarism. So sometimes it happens that we are able to check only 2 or 3 documents and suddenly the subscription is closed. So these are some risks that can be associated in that scenario. I hope I am able to clear your query.
Yes, sir. Sir, one more thing I want to ask you. Those
Yes.
targeting are used. That is whole world same. In
Sorry, I'm
outside
not.
abroad university also same targeting.
Ma'am, I'm not getting your point. Can you please repeat it again?
मैं बोल रही हूँ कि जो टारगेटिंग हम इंडिया में यूज कर रहे हैं तो बाहर की यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए भी वो टारगेटिंग सेम ही है.
Yes, yes, yes. It is same throughout the word. The only thing is that sometimes the matching word limit is 14 somewhere. Like, means they will ignore if the matching is less than 14 words. Sometimes it is 10, sometimes it is 8. So depending upon the journal, depending upon the conference, and depending upon the institution, this limit can be different, like 8 words or 10 words or 14 words. But Turnitin is same throughout the world. Yes, original Turnitin is very expensive. Yes, it is true. So we can also use the Authenticate, and there are very, you can say, very few tools available in the market which are cost efficient. That's why it will be better if we'll use the original Turnitin, but from our supervisor or from our university. Okay, so Binesh ji is asking, please answer. Is it possible to generate an AI image or graph using free version of ChatGPT or any other AI tool? Sir, very good question, very nice question. In this context, I want to say that although ChatGPT is able to create it, but they are not much useful. And there are also some tools which are able to generate the images, but they are not free tools. They are paid tools, right? So if you want to generate the graphics, I will suggest that you can use either draw.io, or we can use Canva, right? In these two tools, we can get few of the templates, like for the flow chart, like for the data flow diagrams. Otherwise, we can also use the Canva, so it will also provide us few inbuilt templates, right? But one important thing that we must ensure that there is always a concern of the novelty in our manuscript, right? And definitely that novelty will come only when we'll create the diagram from the scratch. So it is my suggestion that we can use the draw.io and we can use the Canva, because in this, when we draw the image or diagram by our own or manually, then we have the chance to modify it, because we have to create the novelty. If we will rely upon the AI tools to generate the image, we have to think that similar type of tool can be used by anyone. So there are very less chances that novelty is there. So it's better if we create those diagrams by our own using the tools like draw.io or by using the Canva. If you have any other question, you can also ask your question. Yes, I'm also sharing one important prompt with you all. So sometimes what happen, suppose you have written a title for your manuscript, right? And you find that that title is not very attractive or not very catchy or not something that will attract the audience, right? So what you can do, you can use this tool. You can simply write your title there. You will write, give some alternative headings for the given heading, while meaning and sense should be the same. Heading is. So simply provide your own title and it will give you like 5 or 10 alternative headings. You can also try it for 3 or 4 times. Once you get 25 to 30 headings, then you can select any heading by your own which aligns your work with that title, right? So let me tell you one thing which is very important thing. Okay, so there are few questions. So Bharti ma'am, if you're asking that for PPT tools to create the PPT, I will definitely share one tool. Sir, many times chat GPT gives so much wrong information. Even if we correct it, after that also it repeat it next time at the same time, then there is not any way more than 90% accuracy of the data. Okay, so I will reply to the question of Piyushji first. Sir, we should not rely upon the information that ChatGPT will provide to us. We have to remember it. What we can do, we can give our own inputs to the ChatGPT. Then we can utilize it for the improvement of the language, to remove the grammatical error, to maintain the fluency, to rearrange the words, to remove the plagiarism, but we should not rely upon chat gpt for generate the content and to get the information. We should remember this, right? Because many of the times it will give wrong information, blunder information, right? Sabir ji is asking, sometimes if we check plagiarism online, there will be a chance for self plagiarism. Sir, industry use the standard tools to check the plagiarism like authenticate, like turnitin, right? So anytime if we check our document for plagiarism there, after the plagiarism report we should remove our manuscript from there. In this case it will not give us the self plagiarism, but if our document will be there and again we will check the plagiarism, in this case it will give us the self plagiarism, right? So we have to ensure that after checking the plagiarism we should remove our document from there. Generative AI is hot and burning topic in the current scenario, please discuss. Definitely Anurag ji, it is hot topic nowadays. So there are two segments of this topic. First segment says the utilization of AI tools, like we have used the SCI space, education copilot, lit maps, connected papers, or chat gpt or Gemini. The second scenario is to develop the algorithms for the generative AI and for the LLMs. And for that I don't think that more than 1% of the whole computer science fraternity is working for this, right? So firstly, if we are user of generative AI, then we should explore all these tools. Then we will able to understand that which tools are handy for us, right? On the second area, if we want to improve the generative AI, if we want to create the large language models, then we should focus on the basic things like the basics of artificial intelligence, basics of, you can say, LLMs, transformers, and all these things, right? So yes, if we are user of it, then we should definitely explore the tools. Now there is one question, that is there any tool we can utilize to create the PPTs? Yes, there are some tools. So there one tool is gamma.app. Just 1 minute. हाँ जी, बस में 5 मिनट, ठीक है, 5 मिनट आप ठीक है आ गया. Okay, so there is one tool, gamma.app, and you can utilize this tool to create your PowerPoint presentation in how much time? In less than 5 minutes time. And it is very useful for you. So let me check if it is available at this moment. I will show you the live demonstration. And if it will not work, you can try it by yourself. Yes, now it's working. So for example, all the members who have joined at this moment, for example, you want to create the presentation. And there are three scenarios. The first scenario says that you don't know anything about the topic. The second scenario suggests that you know little bit about the topic. And the third scenario is that you have the content, and for that particular content, you want to create the presentation. Right. And this scenario is helpful whenever we want to create the quick presentations. So for example, I will create a presentation for you. Just give me one topic. So it's upon to you. Just type one topic in your chat box and I will use the same topic to create the presentation. So quickly type one topic because I want to show you the live demonstration. Yes, quickly type one topic. Future of AI is EI. Sir, can you elaborate what is EI? EI. So, okay, let I pick just one thing from it. This is the future of AI. Okay, future of AI. Future, future of AI. So just see here. First of all, it will generate the outlines for me, right? The future of AI, defining artificial intelligence, current state of AI technology. If you are satisfied with this, you can go further. If you want to change any of the title, you can change it here, right? After doing this, what you can change the amount of text per card, whether you want brief text, the medium text or detailed text. Secondly, you can also check the images, whether the images used in the PPT should be our AI images or web images or the both automatic. So I have picked, I need medium content, image source automatic, and then I will click on generate and just see the magic. So there are different types of theme. You can pick any of the themes from here. Once I will click on the generate, it will generate the PPT for you in less than 2 minutes. If your network is fine, there are no any issues, then it will generate the PPT for you in less than 2 minutes of time. So just see the speed. So you can see what AI can do for you. Right. Once it will generate the PPT, the best part is that you can also download this PPT. And if you will download this PPT in .pptx format, later on, you can also change your content. So now it has successfully generated the PPT. Now I will click on the share. Then I will click on the export and export to PowerPoint. And now it will export it in the PowerPoint format. I will also generate the PDF of this PPT. Now, because it will use the high definition graphics and text, so the file may be of large size, so it will take some time for the downloading. Right. So for the time being, downloading is take place. If you have any question, you can ask your question in the chat box. So Tom sir is asking, sir, is there any tool to generate scientific equations for computer science journal? Sir, to the best of my knowledge, there is no such tool. But yes, I will suggest if you are writing the scientific research paper, we can use the LaTeX for it. And for LaTeX, the best tool is Overleaf. So what we can do, we can check the tutorials of the Overleaf over the internet, and then it is very helpful to write the scientific equation. Whereby is saying gamma is not free, sir. It makes only 20 slides for. Ma'am, it only create 10 slides. But yes, for each presentation of 10 slides, you can create 10 presentation, means you can create 10 presentation of 10 slide each. So what you can do, you can create first 10 slides of the topic, then later you can create next 10 slides. And even if you check the plan of that, it is also not expensive. So if you deal with the scenario where you have to create the 4 or 5 lots of presentation, then you can also check the purchased version. You can also go for the paid version. Okay, scientific citation. If AI tool can help us to understand any particular novel with its genre and critics, and if yes, which AI tool get me the correct paragraph, can help us to understand any particular. No, so there are not these types of tool, but yes, there are some tools available in the market. If you provide your manuscript to those tools, they will give you the insight, and you can also use the chat options there, like education copilot. So you can use this tool to have the analysis, right? So let me check if my presentation is downloaded. So it will take some time to download the presentation, but yes, you can try this gamma.app and it will give you the wonderful results within 5 minutes, right? So I think it's the time has completed. So thank you so much for this wonderful session. My name is Dr. Piyush Seval, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn profile, as well as you can also connect with me on the Google Scholar. And if you have any particular problem for which I can help, I will be very happy. And I'm also thankful for the SEMS organization for giving me this opportunity. And Ritika ma'am, I'm sorry for the inconvenience that caused in the earlier. Hopefully next time these errors will not come, and I'm able to satisfy your audience through this session. And thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And good evening, everyone. On
Yeah,
behalf of
thank
the organizing committee, I would like to express my hearty word of thanks to our excellent, outstanding speaker, Dr. Piyush Sewal. Today, we got the opportunity to listen to an interesting and thought-provoking discussion on AI tools for research development. The amount of expertise and passion displayed by Dr. Piyush Sewal really enhance our grasp of the AI tools for research development. Dr. Piyush Sewal sir skillfully imparted his knowledge, leaving us with insightful conclusion and motivational concept. His interesting presentation captured our attention and motivated us to learn more. We appreciate the effort they put into preparing the enlightened session. We shall bide our time to further such workshop in order to advance both our personal and collective knowledge. Additionally, I want to thank everyone in the attentive audience for their smart questions and active involvement. This event is considerably more meaningful because your participation. Now, all good things eventually end. I consider everyone as fortunate that they became a part of this workshop, which was full of knowledge, which makes difficult to say goodbye.
Ritika ma'am.
Again, thank you for your attentive today's webinar. And you have any additional question, you can contact us by email or telephone. We are happy to provide additional support to you.